I accidentally knocked off the video at 4:08 p.m. Now, the bus, being the goline bus, is going to be heading from the north-south. And before I even get to the BP, it would have already passed me. It hasn't yet made its way southbound, but I do believe up ahead, I don't know, I may end up having to walk it. Anyways, you see these anthills? Roadkill, trash, pieces of metal, broken bottles. Did I mention anthills? Furniture, construction debris, nails, bottles, couches. Imagine me walking this at night, and that couch was in the road. Last night, these two drivers said, somebody actually lost the couch off their vehicle, or they threw it off their vehicle on the main road here. And if somebody would have hit that, it would have wrecked them. Because there's no telling. They may have just hit it and it got caught up underneath the car. They may have swerved and ran into the tree or the bush. Could have flipped the car. They could be under the influence when they hit it, and then the police come here and arrest them, even though they didn't do anything wrong. Somebody could have hit this electrical here. A fatal fatality could have happened. And this is a relatively nice-looking couch. But because it fell off last night, obviously I don't see the cushions. They're probably still in the vehicle. Yeah, that thing fell off last night, sitting in the road. I almost hit a refrigerator while on the road trip, somewhere out there in the middle of nowhere on the 10. The refrigerator must have come off a truck. Big refrigerator, too. House refrigerator, to be precise. And I saw that thing going about 90 miles an hour, and I swerved out of the way. If I'd have hit that refrigerator in my Escape, the smallest out of the 3 SUVs I did while starting this road trip, I probably wouldn't be here today. At least I'm caught up with the videos. And when I finally get my own place, peace and quiet, and I got money coming in, I'll go ahead and start my pursuit on resting, eating, gaining weight, working, developing, preparing to buy a boat, learning how to buy a boat, sea trial issues, navigating the proper people before I actually find a boat, so it could be bing, 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 and it's done. Now, granted, with no money, how do you think I'm going to do that? Patience, baby, patience. Look at all this space. No one here. And all I need is a couple of months of just peace and quiet and a little bit of work. And I can get out of this hole real easy. She stopped me from doing any work in the park. She made me out to be some bad person. And then she sends me a text or an email, I got it somewhere in my data, that I'm sorry people perceive you as being something you're not. And then she turns around and throws me out on the porch, worse than a wet rag and a dying animal, with an animal, restricting Rimpy and I from having any social time with any of the other cats that my mom left me, that she's taken care of, and caused me lots of problems, and is causing Trini and Puppy some health issues because she's not home enough. She hasn't worked that much for the past couple of weeks. That's what I mean. Construction debris. Ziploc, or not Ziploc, zip straps for crates. Trip on one of those, fall into the dirt. Last night I had my tripod, my computer bag with me, 3 bags of food and items that I had bought, and it was heavy, and I had already walked from the mall to the BP, and this entire distance on this kind of grounding, I would have had to walk and was prepared from the BP at 9 o'clock at night, pitch dark. And the video I did that I posted, I believe in one of the last 2 videos, shows me at the BP. It says end on foot. True statement, I believe, and then at 10:26:22. That shows you how dark it was. And then I was in the BP for about 20 minutes. Then I sat outside for about 10 minutes, and then this guy pulled up. And I would have walked, but I was really, really tired. I was actually not taunting, but saying to myself, adapt to overcome, adapt to overcome. I can do this, adapt to overcome. Just keep going, stay on it. I was so tired, and I was so disrupted by the fact that I wasn't able to get as much as I wanted done, and all the complications that took place yesterday, and there were a lot of complications. A lot. Now, I could ask Leslie, or I could have asked Leslie, hey, can you take me to the gas station, or anything like that, but now she doesn't talk to me. She doesn't even really come out on that side of the porch, and I'm noticing that even once in a while when she goes to her car, she goes out on the west side of the property. Now, does that not show you that she's aware that I'm recording my life, as she gave me permission to do so? You can't tell somebody they can come in and then kick them out and then let them in and then lock the door and say you can't come in because I'm in a bad mood, when I have just as much rights to the place as she does. But because she needs time to develop, regroup, contain her composure, and get over her obstacle and make way with her demons by making peace with them, she may have a better chance of surviving a little longer than stressing out the way she is. Now, she doesn't seem to have any allergies anymore. That's a good thing. I don't know, she's sneezing a little bit. She has nosebleeds. Trash, gotta watch out for. I've seen her have 2 nosebleeds, one inside the house, and one just, and I recorded it about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago or so, bleeding all over out on the porch, coming out there asking for paper towels. And when she doesn't give me any paper towels, and the paper towels that I had were a few that I had on my own paper towel roll that I bought at the dollar store. And because she had them locked up in the shed, and she couldn't get in the shed because she was bleeding all over the place, and then in the morning I had to clean up the blood, and then she dropped the pizza on the ground that night too. I had to clean that up. There's Tony. I may be catching Tony on the way back. And, I don't know, let's see what the pond has to offer on this side. Usually there's a turtle or 2 here. I don't really walk in front of vehicles. I don't trust vehicles anymore. People are too stupid nowadays. I mean, I've seen a lot on the road trip. You got to remember, I've been on the road for so long. And more than a truck driver. A truck driver has to pay attention to deliveries and stuff. I was just bobbing all over the place, going everywhere. I've been in some areas that the police would circle my car because of the area being so rough. And the people sizing me up. I mean, it's been bad out there for me. But I survived. They could have at least put the sign straight, level, for crying out loud. Just as I'm just sitting here because they took the chair away or it broke down, the sheriffs are right there at the light. Now, they're not here for me. I'm just sitting here having a cigarette. Got my bag of candy and my juice. And there's no reason for anybody to bother me, harass me, ask me any questions, talk to me. Just sitting here minding my own business. Having a cigarette, getting ready to walk back. And there he goes, right there. And he just pulled in down there. Now he's all the way down at the other end. And he's coming back this way. Let's see what happens. Or she. As you see, the headlights that are now there. And I'm not even looking in that direction, but I know the video is recording. I'm looking at my peripheral so I can see him coming this way. And I'm looking straight ahead. And now he's turning to the right. And he's going to go in the back. And all I'm doing is just looking right there. But out of my peripheral, I'm looking down there. And then when I look in the screen, I see it as well. You see how easy this camera is? Works perfect. Now with a little bit more ballast on this, I'll be able to navigate this and it won't break when it drops, or let's say just wear and tear, manhandling it. I swing it around all the time. You know, I listen to my music. I'm constantly swinging it into position, left, right, up, down, side to side, and then I'm hanging it over water. The last thing I need is this thing to break off right when I held it over water, when all the data is being saved internally. Then on top of it, if it falls like this and breaks, then the phone has another issue with me retrieving the data out of it. So at this point, I got to be real careful with my products, being my computers and my phones. Now watch this. You know? Nice, huh? No reason for this. That was a nice calm passing. No one asking me anything about my business. And whenever I get up, I always take a turn around and look. And sure enough, I have my lighter on my phone here. If I had just gotten up and walked away, I would have realized it because I'm listening to my power beats on this phone. My mom always wanted a pond. This would have been perfect behind the property that my mom would have left me. All right, now, how do you expect me to take my shirt off, unbutton it, tuck it in my back belt area here, when I'm holding the bag and I have all this here? Now watch. While I'm walking, the shirt's coming off. And there I am. That's where that sheriff's deputy went back there. He hasn't come out yet. It's the only way out right here. One way in. Well, two ways in. No, really 3 ways in, 3 ways out. He didn't go out down there. He didn't come out over here. He didn't come out here, and he didn't go down there. He's still in the back. This is one of which I got to pay attention to. This is an active anthill, it looks like. It's amazing, when everybody knew I had money, everybody was my friend. Then when I ran out of money, everybody was fucking with me. Now that I survived them fucking with me and I have no money, people are afraid of me. What the hell is that couch doing out here? Time looks like 5 something. You never know when you sneak up on anything out and about, animal or human. You never know what they're up to. So the Heritage Park's just up the way. And a lot of people know who I am in the area. And not one person really helps or assists simply because of, does anybody know? Leave a comment on this one. Now, if I wanted to avoid the office, I could cut down that road right there, or I could cut in and dip to the right at the next street, or I could just walk in. One couldn't imagine, but should it happen, it will happen. This is how I walked there and back and inside. I put my shirt on, but I didn't button it up. It's hard to keep my spirit together. It's hard to keep my movement and my direction under control. And because if I lose direction in reference to what I'm working on, I'll start to fall behind. That could leave a door open for an obstacle, problem, or possibly a situation that could end up damaging my life. My cat's life, my data's life. It's imperative. And when I say imperative, that means without a doubt, it must be posted. Secured and safe out there for everybody to see where no one can really touch it. Now, I don't know, but as far as I know, Google's pretty secure. Not only that, there's just too much I got going on right now. I was going to say something else in reference to the data being secure as far as Google, but as I stated a few videos ago, being a few days ago, being more than a few videos ago, that... Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my shirt on out of respect for the office, because whether or not they're here to help me or not, they know I'm leaving and they know I don't do anything wrong. There's a little squirrel out there. And I'm doing all this while I'm walking. Obviously. You think I can do all this? Play my music? Be prepared to record a situation? Because you never know in the blink of an eye. And she doesn't come around the property anymore. She used to drive up and down the street every day. I haven't seen her come up and down the street probably for about 3 weeks now. Could it be that the police are watching the mess? And I'm the victim here. I am the victim. Now let me explain. For a woman that says she hates me, the rest of that orange juice goes in the trash. The water gets emptied, fresh bottle of water. I don't leave anything open around this woman. I don't trust her at all. Remember, she throws things at my cat. She starves me. She tries to make me sick. And I got all the proof to validate it. Why would I leave anything open around this type of person? And not only that, while I was gone, she's been out here. Because that scratching pad is never there. It's always right here. There's no reason for her to move the scratching pad. Now, outside of finding some storage capacity, moving all the data, cleaning all the devices up, and mounting and balancing and reinforcing the tripods, getting them ready, because there's no telling whether or not she's going to try something funny, whether the neighbors are going to try something stupid, or whether I'm going to be subject to a possible attack out on the road. You never know.